So tell me, how are you doing, firstly?
Well, I'm doing great, and I think everything is going well.
Firstly, I wanted to say something because I'm sorry to you for that because I didn't catch your message.
Oh, no problem. It happens. Even I could understand this thing at once that there might be some kind of work because everybody has a lot of things to do.
You're right. Like I told you, I did work in that time. That time you did me message. Yes, actually, because I was getting a call. Yes, so that time you did I used to do work in hospital, and when you called me that time, I was working in hospital. I work in pediatric hospital. Do you know about the pediatric hospital?
Where is it?
It is for I do care about the newborn baby. Newborn.
Sorry. Can you speak a bit louder?
Yes, I can. I can. Okay. Now it is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I was saying to you, I do work in a pediatric hospital. Like it means I do care about the newborn baby. Newborn baby. Yes. So that's why I was little bit busy that time.
Okay, and I thought maybe you forgot the time.
You say so many people were doing masses to me, but because of that work, I couldn't able to give reply.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know, one sir was also doing messages, and he was saying to me, Kuri ma'am, I have to do conversation with you on I did time to him, I will conversation with you on Sunday, but I didn't get time.
Yeah, it happens sometimes when people are busy. At that time, we cannot handle everybody. Sometimes whenever I am free, even at that time, a lot of people send message to me, sir, are you free for having this conversation? So even I have to say this thing that I am not free. I'm sorry. We will connect some other time.
But like when I feel that yes, I have time, I can do conversation with anyone. So that time I thought that I can reply to him because he gave a time for me and he replied to me, ma'am, I want to do conversation with you. So that day I thought that I have to do message, and you suddenly reply to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I was free. That's why I did that. Otherwise, sometimes it takes a lot of time. There's a ma'am, I can say, who is from Tamil Nadu. Even she also sent a message for me, but at that time I was not available. I was busy in some other work. That's why I could not respond at once.
So many people were saying to me that, Khushi ma'am, you have to do a conversation, but because of time, I couldn't having any type of conversation. But I want to talk with anyone because, I'm very curious about know the culture. Like everyone has their own culture. So, but because of time issue, I couldn't do conversation with anyone. And
Yeah,
because of
yeah. We talk.
I couldn't have that much time, that's why I cannot give time for my own YouTube channel as well as.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever we talk to different people, at that time we come to know about different kind of things around his place or whatever. If we talk about, I mean, tradition, culture, language, and what kind of things are available there, and we can learn different kind of things.
Yes, and we can if we are talking with anyone, just we can increase like a language and like something like we can become a proficiency, like we can get that type of knowledge. Like everyone has their own definition, everyone has their own perspective, so we can also get this type of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
a lot of things, a lot of ideas, tips and tricks, how someone has learned this language and how we can learn. Can we improve something? And by knowing a lot of things, we can also tell the people that yeah, this there was a person who used to do this kind of thing for learning language, for learning this language or some other language. So we can tell the people about these things that yeah, he had done this thing. So maybe the same kind of role is going to work for you if you're going to apply this thing in your life.
Correct. So we are having a very first conversation to gather. So firstly, may I know about yourself?
Actually, yeah, I will tell you, but I think it's very late, right? This is something that was supposed to be done in the beginning itself. But no problem, I'll do this thing. I'm Season. I'm from UP. If I talk about my hobbies, so I like playing badminton, reading English books, and watching international English news channels, especially for learning some new words and sentences. If I talk about my education, I am postgraduate in English, and I have learned British and American English from foreign teachers. So it is my brief introduction.
Okay, nice, nice, great, great. So you told me you from UP. So where is your district? Like where are you from? Like where is your born place?
Ambedkar, do you know?
Yes, I heard about this name, but I
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah, that is
So
it. So would you please introduce yourself too?
where is Ambedkar Nagar? Like with like which district?
Do you know Sultanpur?
Yes, it is a dear about the Balia.
Ayodhya?
Yes, I know, I
Just
know.
beside that.
Oh my goodness, I think that like I'm from like my district in Balia, but just I'm living in Lucknow just because of my study purpose and just because of my job. So I thought that Sultanpur is there.
Oh, it means you are from Bali. You are from Balia.
Yes, my district in Balia, my born place is.
Okay. So what is your education qualification?
Yes, as you know, this is my Khushi, and I passed my 10th and 12th from my village. And recently, I have done a JNM diploma. And nowadays, I'm working in hospital as a private staff nurse. And in future, I thought that I will take admission in OET exam because I wanted to go out of country. So I had to clear OET exam. That's all about me. And sometimes if I talk about my hobby, so I love to do planting tree, and as well as I prefer to read book. And nowadays I'm reading a The Silent Patient. It is the very interesting book. And sometimes I prefer to listen song. That's all.
Okay. So what kind of songs do you like? I mean, Hindi songs or some other kind of songs?
Like nowadays, like I love to listen Hindi song, but I nowadays I don't want to, and I don't want to prefer listen to Hindi song just 'cause, some my senior were suggesting me if you want to listen song, so firstly you have to listen in English because you can improve your English. So nowadays just I try to listen English song.
Yeah, yeah. It is very important if we talk about talking or learning a language. So the more you are going to indulge yourself with the surrounding, the more you will be able to speak, the more you will be able to learn. Right?
In
Because you know,
in initial time it will be very difficult because we cannot getting any type of interest while listening this type of song, but what can I do? It is a compulsion. If you want to improve your English communication, so we have to listen English song, and everything just you have to imagine in English.
yeah, yeah, that is a good idea. Even I have done these things too. And you know, in the beginning, if someone tries to listen to English songs, at that time it is very tough for him to understand him or her. It is very tough to understand the meaning of those sentences and words, the real English songs. But that's why what I used to do, I used to listen, I mean, watch South Indian English movies. Those movies, the people from Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, those movies that are made there, those movies are in English and they speak in Indian accent. So in the beginning, if somebody tries to learn English, how to speak it, so it will be better if he is going to watch these kind of things, because acting and everything will be same, but they will speak in English. So
Yes.
by listening to new sentences and words, we can do a lot of things. And in the beginning when I was learning this language, at that time I watched a movie that is Dhadkan. I do not know whether you know this thing or not. There is a movie that is Dhadkan. It was the first movie that I watched in English language. And from there, I learned a lot of sentences and words. So I thought it will be better if I'm going to watch these kind of things, because I can learn a lot of things and I can enjoy myself too.
Nice, nice. Yeah, like sometimes, I'm thinking that every learners has their own problem. Like sometimes they are facing, like they can understand, but they are not able to speak. They're unable to speak front of people, and they are unable to use this type of sentences. But like what we are facing problem, like sometimes, while listening song, I can understand whatever like they are saying, but just I want to do like that, like I want to sing like that, so I couldn't. And just
Yeah,
I
actually, they use some dialects to some kind of words that are very different that we have. We do not have in standard British English. That's why, and they can use it because that is a song, so they can do that.
and like they are not using a full of word, like they are
Yeah,
using
yeah,
word, so that's why we couldn't. But like you are doing practice, you can, but because of we have, everyone has their own language, and sometimes we are facing a problem because our language, like we have like you from like Balia, you from Rajasthan, everyone has their own language, and just because of these things we couldn't we couldn't copy them. Yes,
yeah, yeah. It happens,
because
and
we.
yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead.
Yes, sir, I'm saying to you, like, just you can take example, like, I have been living in my village since childhood. So somewhere, like, when I'm doing practice, like somewhere, just I feel that, like, it's come my, like, when I'm talking to anyone, when I'm just doing podcast to anyone, that time my mother tongue, it will come. So it is a happen with everyone, so that's why I'm thinking that when I am going to copy them, so I couldn't sometime.
Yeah, actually, in copying, if we talk about copy some kind of person, so at that time there may be a kind of thing that we are not sure about this thing, that this person is speaking everything correctly, right? Because it is up to him. If he wants to speak perfectly, so he can speak, otherwise he can use some other kind of way of speaking, because there are many ways of speaking any kind of thing in this world. So, even I was thinking about learning these things, since it was very tough for me to understand foreigners. So, even I used to do this thing. I mean, some people met me and they were saying this thing that you should try to imitate like them, how they are speaking. But I did not believe in this thing, because I think that when a person who is well educated is speaking, at that time we can trust him that he is speaking according to the rules. But a person who does not have any kind of knowledge, because illiterate people are there in different countries too. So how can we define this thing? How can we know about this thing that this person is very educated or uneducated? And
Mm.
if we are going to learn this thing just by seeing this thing that he is from England or America, so he would be right. How can we say this?
Yes, you were right. You were right. You are somewhere. You were right. Because of being English, we cannot identify to anyone. Just he is like he has a very well qualified. He has a very he has a very knowledge. We cannot just to anyone because of English. Like who is able to speak. Like who is running. He like someone is doing work in a driving like that. Like she is a. Like doing any type of another work, like see he and she they don't believe related to education, and they are able to speak English. So because of English we we cannot just to someone like he is able to speak and he has a very good knowledge. And one day I connected with one foreigner, like her accent was very good. Like she was speaking very well, and because of her accent we cannot judge her. Like she doesn't have a knowledge. We can think that he she has a very good knowledge about English, but when I talked with her, like she was also saying, like I have like my own language, like I'm from there, so I have own language, and also I'm learning this language, but she has a very good accent. And she was saying to me, like I'm not using that like that much grammar, because just I'm learning. But you know like when she was speaking to me and she was talking with me, like it was marvelous. Like I couldn't believe that like she is learning, because she is doing a lot of mistake while talking with me, and she was also saying to me, Ki, I'm learning this language, I'm not able to use the grammar, so just I'm learning. So I thought that somewhere accent is doesn't matter, and somewhere knowledge is also doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah, we can say, after all, we have to just convey our message. Whatever we have to say, we have to make the people understand that I want to say this thing. And accent and all these things are different kind of matters. If we are free at that time, we can learn. Otherwise, it is not that much important. And even I have read this thing in a book that was from Cambridge, Cambridge University. So it was written there too that we should not focus a lot on accents. Rather, we should focus on the pronunciation and clarification. I mean, whatever we are speaking, it should be correct and clear to understand so that everybody may understand. That's it.
Right, right. Like I'm about to clear my OET exam, so there is a requirement. It doesn't matter like which type of accent you have. Is matter a lot, like how to talk and how to just you are able to convey your message to anyone. So it is okay, and their requirement it is the Indian accent, because Indian are speaking very good English, and they are using all sentence because of fear. Like while just we are talking in present tense, so they are using like present indefinite tense, and they are they will not do any mistake, because they are using that much grammar. Oh my god, when I will do mistake, when I will use grammar in present in past tense, so like my English is not good, and because of this thing Indian are speaking very good English.
Yeah, yeah. As you said, present and past. Sorry, can you repeat it again? What this thing was?
Yes, I was saying to you, like some people are thinking that my grammar is not clear, like tense, like present indefinite tense and past indefinite tense, future indefinite tense, and if I will do is like I want to talk about in future, but in the mistake just I'm using is, and I have to use will. And just because of thing people have a fear, like I don't have I don't have knowledge about things, so how can I speak like that? And because of this fear people are able to speak very good English. But if I talk about the foreigner, they are not using a like a right English, like they are also learning grammar and like a lot of stuff. Just now
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are
There are many varieties in their accents too. Because I have watched a lot of videos of the foreigners. So they say this thing that we cannot understand the people from our own country if we are from the part of, I mean, in the north part of the country, and there is someone who is from southern part. We are northern part and southern part. At that time, we cannot understand each other properly because of this accent. So it happens at that time. And even in Chinese people who speak English, even they also have this kind of tendency. When you said this thing that present and past in the same, they cannot identify both these things. While
yes,
speaking, they mix both the things. Like
yes,
whenever they are speaking, yeah, if we have to say, you know, uh, कल उन्होंने अपना काम कर लिया, ठीक? So they worked. उन्होंने कल काम किया, something like that. So they worked yesterday, right? Past indefinite. This is the right way of saying this sentence. So they worked yesterday. If Chinese people have to say the same thing, they will say They work yesterday
Yes, you are
in
right.
the present tense.
After talking with her, like when I talk with her, like she is a foreigner, like she is from Indonesia, like that, but I don't know, like I don't have confirmed that. But after talking with her, I realized that like everyone has their own problem. Like, so
Yes,
if
yes.
Indian people were saying like foreigner is speaking very good English, but they are not. They're also doing mistake, and they are just running behind English. They are running, just I'm learning English, just I'm learning English, like like that.
Yeah, it happens. Even I have talked to some teachers from Britain and America. So I have talked with them, and but they are well educated. Their work is to train the people how to speak English, British or American. So they had good knowledge, and they were talking really well according to the rules and pronunciation. Everything was correct.